Cindy, dear, I need your help with something. Do you know any good single men? I'm trying to find someone who would get along well with your sister Maria. I've been asking around to my friends, but no one seems to know any eligible bachelors.
Wow, this is pretty sudden. You're trying to find a husband for Maria?
That's right, Cindy. All of a sudden, she came to me and started crying her eyes out and saying that she wants to get married. I was shocked. She hasn't shown any interest in men or marriage up until recently.
Huh.
I think I know what it is, though.
Yeah? What's your idea?
I'm sure it's because she heard about you getting married. She said that if you can find a man willing to marry you, then she'd be able to find someone too.
You mean she's just trying to copy me again? She's been doing this ever since we were kids. When I joined a sports team at school, she joined too. When I started liking a band, she started liking it too. Then I had a crush on a boy, well, you know.
Oh, come now, I don't think there's anything wrong with her wanting to imitate her older sister. So tell me, Cindy, are there any nice single men in your circle? Your fiancé Troy is a good man. Maybe he knows someone looking for love.
Look, Mom, I'm gonna have to turn you down on this one. And not only that, I don't think this is something that you should be getting involved in either. Maria says she wants to get married. Okay, that's all well and good. But if that's the case, then she needs to be the one to find a man herself. I think the best thing for everyone involved would be for us all to stay out of it and let Maria do her own thing.
You can't possibly be serious. You're free to go wherever and do whatever you want. Get married, stay single, find a job, stay unemployed. It doesn't matter to me. But my precious Maria is another story entirely. We can't just leave her to her own devices. We need to make sure that Maria marries a high-quality man who's going to treat her the way that she deserves.
I'm sorry, what are you trying to say?
It's just that Maria is young, adorable, sweet, and innocent. She's the most important thing in the world to me. I can't just allow her to get tied down to any old man that comes rolling into town. I won't settle for anything but the best for my sweet little girl, and that goes doubly for the man she'll spend her life with.
Oh boy, here we go again with this old routine. I can't help but notice that when I told you guys that I was engaged, you didn't express even a shred of interest. You reacted the same way you would when you asked someone about tomorrow's weather forecast. Like, oh, cloudy and 75 degrees? That sounds nice. And then when I asked when we could come by the house so I could introduce him to you, you said you were busy. That was months ago, and you still haven't made any effort to meet the man I'm marrying.
I don't know what's so surprising about that. Maria is a better daughter than you in every way. She's cuter than you, she's sweeter than you, she respects us more than you.
Oh, give me a break.
It's like her face was chiseled out of stone by the very hand of God. And when she talks, it's like a kiss from an angel. She's a masterpiece, the best thing that I've ever produced in my life. And then there's you. Your looks are average at best, you have no style, and you've been rebellious at every turn, and the only thing you've ever been good at is studying.
Yeah, I've heard this all before. I'm so sorry that I wasn't gifted with the same aesthetic DNA that Maria was.
So no, I couldn't care less about you getting married. But look on the bright side, at least you won't have to worry about me nitpicking your choice of a husband. Now get to work on scouring your social circle for eligible single men. I expect you to report to me immediately once you find someone.
Right away, Your Majesty.
And before you go, here is a list of criteria for Maria's husband. I won't compromise on any one of these, so make sure the man you find meets all of them. First, he must be gainfully employed at a well-established company. His salary must be no less than $150,000. Third, his family assets must be wealthy, net assets totaling at least $1 million. Fourth, he must have siblings. I don't want an only child. And that about does it. Let me know when you find a man who meets these criteria.
What the? Are you serious with that list? How am I supposed to find a guy like that? Even if I manage to find a guy who meets all those criteria and is single, he's going to be in really high demand. Do you think a guy like that would choose Maria?
What are you talking about, you utter imbecile? Of course a man like that would choose Maria. She's the perfect woman. You do know how beautiful Maria is, don't you?
I mean, yeah, she is pretty cute, I'll give you that. But that's it. Her cuteness is all she has going for her.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to any more of your slander against poor little Maria. I can tell you're only saying all of that out of jealousy. Put down your phone and start looking for a husband for Maria this instant. It's your duty as a member of this family to ensure that our pride and joy finds a suitable man to take care of her. And remember my list of criteria, Cindy. Cindy, come on. How much longer is it going to take? I want to get married. When are you going to find a good guy for me?
Well, hello to you too, Maria. I heard from Mom about your list of demands. Are you serious about that? You're really not going to compromise on any of those bullet points? Any guy who fits all 4 criteria is either already married, already engaged, or only interested in a trophy wife.
But you found a guy like that, didn't you? You, a girl who's not as cute as me, managed to find a guy who's practically the perfect man. And if you can do it, then I should be able to do it way easier.
Oh, for the love of...
I heard all about your precious fiancé Troy from Mom. Sure, he might not be working for a well-established company, but he's doing pretty well working freelance. He's making well over 6 figures, isn't he? His family's filthy rich, too, and he has a bunch of brothers and sisters.
Yeah, well, unlike you, I didn't choose Troy because he met a list of shallow materialistic criteria. I chose him because I love him and he loves me. That's all I care about.
Oh, yeah? You don't care about money and all that stuff? Well, then I've got the perfect solution. You can break up with Troy and let me have him instead. Because let me tell you, I am super shallow and materialistic.
Let's put aside the fact that you just called yourself shallow and materialistic for now. You want me to let you have Troy? Are you out of your mind?
What's the point? You said it yourself. You don't care about his money or his career. If that's true, then you'd be just as happy marrying someone else instead. So put his picture in an AI search engine or something, find a guy who looks like him, and marry that guy.
This is unbelievable.
You want to know what's unbelievable? What's unbelievable is that an ugly, boring girl like you managed to land a catch like Troy. I need Troy. I have to have him, and you have to give him to me. Mom showed you my list, so you know that he fits all of my demands to a T.
I'm not going to sit back and let you talk to me like this, sisters or not. I cannot believe that you are genuinely telling me this right now. You want me to let you have my fiancé? Get over yourself, Maria.
Please, Cindy, you've known me my whole life. You know fully well that I am never gonna get over myself. And you also know that once I set my sights on something, I never give up until it's mine. So give it up already and let me have Troy. Pretty please with sugar and cherry on top. You couldn't say no to your adorable little sister, could you?
I'm used to this routine from you, Maria. This is exactly how you've always taken things from me, ever since we were kids. But Troy isn't a toy. He's not a dress. He's not a backpack or a handbag or a phone. He's my fiancé. I love him, and I will never let you get your hands on him.
Ugh, you're such a selfish little brat, Cindy. Whatever, screw you. You want to play rough? I'll just have a little talk with Mom about this.
Yep, there it is, right on schedule. Every time I tell you no, what's the first thing you do? Run straight to Mom and whine to her about me.
Come on, stop being so mean. I really want to marry Troy. You have to break up with him for me. Thank you for being such a good sport, Cindy. I have to admit I was surprised. I never thought you would be so willing to hand Troy over to Maria like that. And now Maria is finally headed for sweet marital bliss. We've got to start working on planning the wedding right away.
Hey, hold on just 1 second. What are you talking about? I never agreed to let Maria have Troy, and I never will. I have no idea what sort of nonsense you heard from her, but I am absolutely not going to play along with this stupid game. Troy is my fiancé. I am going to marry him.
Oh, now, Cindy, don't throw a fit like that. You're even less attractive when you're angry. Maria told you, didn't she? She's sure that she wants to marry Troy. This is one of those times when you, as the older sister, need to back down and give your little sister what she wants.
Not a chance. You want to talk about what I need to do as an older sister? Well, what about what you need to do as a mother? I can't believe that you would actually be making this demand of me right now. I'm your daughter too, Mom. You want me to give up my fiancé so you can give him to your favored daughter like a Christmas present?
Oh, don't worry so much about it, dear. Men are a dime a dozen. You'll have no trouble finding some other man to settle down with. Maria, however, is much pickier. There's no way that she'll ever settle for someone other than Troy.
This conversation is pointless. There's no way I'll ever get through to you. Whatever I say, you're still gonna keep on demanding that I break up with Troy for you.
It's not just for me and Maria. Think about Troy, too. What do you think would make Troy the happiest? Marrying an ugly, dull girl like you, or marrying a younger, prettier, and more charming girl like Maria? I think the answer is clear. Men are all the same. They're obsessed with youth and beauty. I'm sure that given the choice, Troy would choose Maria over you in a heartbeat.
Stop treating my fiancé like some kind of hormone-driven teenager. There is no way, none whatsoever, that Troy would leave me for Maria. We've promised that we're going to love, honor, and cherish each other for the rest of our lives.
I see you have quite a bit of faith in Troy. Let's put that faith to the test, shall we? Give Maria Troy's phone number.
What?
You trust him, don't you? It seems to me that if you're so sure that he'd stay faithful to you, you wouldn't have any problem giving Maria his number. Unless you're scared that he just might bite at the better option, that is. Well, Cindy, are you going to do it or not?
I can't believe you would stoop so low, Mom. You've been terrible to me in the past, but this is just too far.
Text Maria and tell her Troy's phone number immediately. Now then, since we've finally found the perfect man for Maria, the next step is to start planning the wedding. I'm so excited. My darling little girl is going to be married. I'm sure Troy will want to begin married life with Maria as soon as possible. I wonder if there are any venues available this month. I'll start making phone calls right away. Oh my God, Cindy, did you see the picture of the dress I just sent you? Is it not the single most beautiful wedding dress you've ever seen? Mom bought it for me. She had it specially ordered from a super famous wedding dress designer.
Wow, good for you. But it makes me wonder, why would you be ordering a wedding dress before you even found a man willing to marry you?
Huh? What are you talking about? Not only did I find a guy willing to marry me, we're getting married today.
Wait a second, you're getting married today? And I don't remember hearing anything about you getting engaged. Who are you marrying?
You know who I'm marrying. I told you before. I'm getting married to your fiancé, Troy. Oops, I guess he's your ex-fiancé now.
You what?
What was it you were telling Mom a few weeks ago? You and Troy promised to love, honor, and cherish each other forever. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it seems like forever lasted a lot less time than you were hoping. Sorry, Cindy, but you can kiss your life with Troy goodbye.
This is all too much to take in. Let me get all of this straight. You're marrying Troy, and your wedding is today? Are you serious? That's really all true?
Oh, you poor thing. I think the shock has fried your brain. But I don't blame you for being shocked. We never told you anything about it. So this might be kind of late notice, but you're not invited to my wedding. Sorry. But in my defense, I made the choice not to invite you out of concern for you. Like, you might be my sister and all, but you wouldn't want to watch the moment I marry your ex-fiancé, would you?
Am I the only one who wasn't invited? Who all is over there with you?
Mom, Dad, and all my friends. I'm so glad they were all able to come here on such short notice.
Oh no, you mean you went and dragged your friends into this nonsense?
I have to thank you too, Cindy. If you hadn't gone and met Troy first, I never would have gotten to marry him. Don't worry about Troy. I'll make him way happier than you ever would. I'll be sure to send you plenty of pictures of our gorgeous wedding. I sure hope you don't cry yourself to sleep while looking at them all alone in your cold, dark apartment.
Nah, I'm not crying, alone or cold. And it's definitely not dark over here. I'm in beautiful Hawaii.
What?
So don't worry about me. I won't cry at all. But you also don't have to go out of your way to send me pictures. I won't have any time to look at them. I'm having way too much fun taking in the fresh tropical breeze.
What?
But man, this sure is a coincidence, huh? We actually scheduled our weddings on the same day.
Wait, I don't get it. Your wedding is today too? But how is that possible? I'm here at the chapel, everyone is here, and Troy is standing right next to me. Oh, I get it. You weren't able to let Troy go, were you? So you kept your wedding scheduled in hopes that some way, somehow, he would come back to you. Oh, you poor, pathetic, miserable little thing. And you even went all the way out to Hawaii for nothing? Oh, you need help, Cindy.
I'd say that you're the one that needs help. Troy isn't with you. He's with me. The guy who's standing next to you isn't my fiancé, and no, he's not my ex-fiancé either. He's an acquaintance of Troy's.
What do you mean?
I can't thank you enough for agreeing to marry that guy. He's a massive headache to deal with, and now he's out of our hair forever.
Wait, back up. I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. What is going on here? What do you mean he's not Troy? Explain yourself, Cindy. A few weeks ago, you texted me and gave me Troy's phone number. I started talking to him, and we hit it off so well that we actually got engaged within a few days. And we're at our wedding right now.
Yeah, about that. The phone number I gave you wasn't my Troy's. It was for someone else entirely.
It was? Then who was it?
It just so happens that his name is Troy, too. So, Maria, I'd like for you to meet Troy Martinson. He and my Troy Daniels, have known each other for several years. Troy Martinson, the guy you're standing next to, works at the company Troy used to work at before he made the transition to working freelance. He was pretty helpful to my Troy back when they worked together, but he's one of those guys who doesn't do any good deed without expecting payback. It's less like you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, and more like I'll give you a pat on the shoulders, so now I expect you to pay for me to get a full body massage. And lately, your Troy has been pretty upset about our relationship. Apparently, your Troy thinks it was a personal affront to him for my Troy to get married before he did. So, he said that unless my Troy set him up with a girl, he would ruin my Troy's reputation and see to it that he never gets any good projects again.
Wow.
So, it was kind of concerning for us. Like, what was this guy prepared to do to him? But right when we were thinking about what we should do, you came along and said you were looking for a man. Since they just so happened to have the exact same first name, we thought you might not catch on. And sure enough, you guys went straight to holy matrimony.
I don't believe you. You mean to tell me that you tricked me into marrying this random guy? How could you do something so dirty and underhanded to your own adorable little sister?
I don't know what you're so upset about. He meets all your criteria. He's employed at a well-established company. His family are real estate developers and are pretty wealthy. Oh, and he makes more than 6 figures, and he's got an older brother and sister.
Oh, wow. Really? Well, if that's true, then he totally does fit my criteria.
And that's the most important thing for a shallow and materialistic girl like you, right? We figured that she would be thrilled with the idea of marrying him. But if you're not happy with him, I guess we can try and find a different girl for him.
Wait, no, that's okay. I'll take him.
You sure?
Yep, no objections here. I had the terrible feeling you had forced some loser onto me or something. But if he meets all the criteria I gave you, then I'll marry him for sure. Well, I guess we're done here then. I've got some marriage vows to make.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to keep all your guests waiting. Our wedding is just the two of us, but you've got your parents and friends there.
Actually, now that I think about it, since my Troy is working for an established company and your Troy is just a freelancer, that means my Troy is actually better than yours. That's awesome. I'm gonna brag to you about that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, great. Congratulations. I'm super happy for you. Now, there's one other important thing we need to tell you about. In exchange for setting him up with you, your Troy signed an agreement that he would never contact us or interfere with Troy's business ever again.
He did?
Yeah, I was the one who insisted on that as a condition. I didn't want to have to keep dealing with his threat hanging over my Troy's head. So, I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Marry you and leave us alone forever, or I'd report him to the police for harassment and sue him for defamation. Needless to say, he was very willing to take the deal. For his part, he said that you were pretty cute and that he wouldn't mind waking up to you every morning. And that if it meant he got to sleep with you, he had no problem never talking to us again.
Wow. Well, okay, whatever.
And I'm also going to block your phone number after this conversation and never speak to you again.
Aw, really? But what am I going to do with all my free time if I can't be obnoxious to you by text?
You could always get a real hobby, I suppose. Anyway, you have a wedding to get back to, and so do I, so let's end things here. Goodbye, Maria. Have a nice life.
Cindy, I need to talk to you. That man you set up Maria with is a complete dud. What happened to his six-figure income?
I don't know. What happened to it? We're not talking to him anymore, so you'll have to fill me in.
Not but a few days after he and Maria got married, Troy up and quit his job. He said that if your Troy can make a living working freelance, then so could he. He thought that he could triple his income in no time.
Wow, sounds like he's a really ambitious guy.
Ambition doesn't put food on the table. Money does. And he hasn't tripled his salary. He hasn't doubled it either. He's not making any money at all. Nothing. Since he started his big freelance career, he has yet to land one single job.
Wow, not even one?
He's tried using the connections that he developed during his time at his old company, but none of them will hire him for anything. What is wrong with that man?
I have to say, I'm not altogether too surprised to hear that. I don't know why he thought he could make use of those connections when none of those connections really liked him that much.
This cannot be happening. I tried going to his parents to get them to talk some sense into him, but all they said was that they respect their son's ambitions and want him to live the life that he chooses for himself. So then I tried asking them to at least give them some financial support, but they wouldn't do that either. They said that they gave him a firm cutoff date for their support. Once he graduated from college, he was on his own. Apparently it's to teach him to be independent.
That's a great lesson for a parent to teach their son.
There's nothing great about this at all. How is he going to support Maria without any income? She was supposed to spend her days pampered by a wealthy gentleman. She was supposed to live in the lap of luxury. This is your fault, Cindy. You set them up. And since your husband has been doing freelance work for a while, then you need to tell him to pass some work along to him.
Sorry, Mom. No can do. We have a signed and notarized agreement that we will never interact with him again. If my Troy tried to work with your Troy, he'd be in violation of that agreement.
There's nothing great about this at all. You need to do something. Maria is your younger sister, and you have a duty to help her.
I'm not her sister anymore. And I'm not your daughter anymore either.
What What are you saying?
We had to formalize our agreement with him because he was more of a threat. But for you guys, I can just go no contact. I will never speak to you, Dad, or Maria ever again. This is my declaration of independence. We're not family anymore.
You can't do this.
Sure I can. And if you hadn't spoiled Maria at my expense, maybe I wouldn't have to.
Wait, Cindy, please. What are we supposed to do now if you turn your back on us?
It's not my problem. Figure something out yourself. Goodbye, Mom. Tell Dad I said goodbye too. And don't worry about me. I'll be much happier without you all around. Immediately after that last text, I blocked all of their numbers and deleted them from my contacts. After talking to Troy about it, we decided that we would move out of town to somewhere there was no chance we'd bump into them again. And ever since, we've been enjoying a life of peace and happiness. Without the other Troy around to cause my Troy problems, he's been able to focus on his work more than ever before. Word is getting around about how good his work is, so he's getting calls from a lot more companies now. However, things aren't going quite so well for them. The other Troy's freelance business still hasn't picked up any steam at all. All he ever does is sit around the house and wait for phone calls that never come. It's not even their own house. They can't afford an apartment with no income, so they're living with my parents now. But in spite of this utter professional failure, he still put on this unbearable man-of-the-house routine. He even bosses my mom and dad around in their own house, leading to frequent fights. It seems that lately, my mom has turned her anger away from Troy and onto Maria. She's telling Maria that marrying Troy ruined everything for everyone. So, the situation is basically that everyone in that house hates everyone else. What I'd give to be a fly on the wall at dinner time.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.